Welcome back to the Positively You podcast. I'm your host, Jessie Larson, and I hope that you have been loving summer as much as I loved our summer survival series that we did last week. So, we covered a bunch of amazing tips and strategies to keep your summer smooth and enjoyable, from preventing the summer slide to hacking your way to a cleaner home to embracing boredom. It was a great series, and your feedback has been incredible. I've loved hearing what you liked, what was an aha moment, things you've been implementing from the series. But guess what? As I've been reflecting on this series, there are two really big summer survival hacks that we missed. So we're going to kick it off with this one, which is why date night is so incredibly important all the time, but especially in summer, and how we can keep that spark alive with summer date nights. Welcome to the Positively You podcast. I'm your host, Jessie Larson, and I'm passionate about helping you shift the way you think so you can create a life you're absolutely obsessed with. Each week, I'll be bringing you a guest or a thought that's going to help you feel more optimistic and equipped to take real action. Get ready to push past limiting beliefs, ditch that negativity, and start showing up as the best and most positive version of you. Girl, let's do this. We all know it is no secret around here that summer can be a little bit more crazy. Not necessarily absolute chaos, but the kids are home. Our routines have adjusted a little bit. I know that it can kind of sometimes feel like our main job is to entertain, to feed, to drive our kids from place to place to place. And with all of these things going on, and with so much kind of out of our norm, it is very easy to put our relationship on the back burner. But I'm telling you, now more than ever, it is crucial to prioritize date night. We know that date nights are important because they help us to reconnect and recharge. And what two things do we need most in the summer than time to reconnect and recharge, not only ourselves, but also to put that like oomph back in our relationship? Okay. It gives us that much needed adult only time, that break that we need. And it really helps us to keep our relationships strong and healthy. Maintaining a strong relationship, a strong partnership improves every area of our life. Honestly, taking that time to take a break, to take a date night is going to help you to show up in summer and the rest of your life so well. Maintaining this strong partnership, maintaining a good relationship helps to improve your communication. It helps to reduce stress. It sets a positive example for our kids too about the importance of nurturing relationships. So you might be giving me some pushback here and being like, yeah, I know that it is important to date. I get that. And we try to make it a priority, but summer is craziness. I get it. I get that finding time for date nights can be tough, especially with a busy summer schedule. But I'm here to kind of flip the script a little bit and make you think. Something that I've been very aware of is that it might actually be an easier time for you to find babysitters during the summer because many teenagers and younger tweens are looking for ways to make money. How many of you have heard your kids this summer ask you, Mom, I need some ideas on how to make money? And they don't want to just head out and do the default lemonade stand on the corner. If your kids are asking for that, there are other kids asking for that. Those kids that are at babysitter age are a great resource this summer. There are so many of them that are looking for ways to make money, and babysitting is a great option for them. So you actually might have better luck during the summer than during the busy school year when they've got a lot of things going on. A lot of them are on breaks from sports right now. A lot of them don't have, the after school activities going on. They're not only available on weekends or different things. So your babysitter options might actually be a little bit more open during the summer than you might be thinking, okay? And then also you can ask your own kids to step up depending on what your ages are. Now, if they're super young, obviously you're going to need a babysitter. But my kids, where they're at, my youngest is 8, my oldest is 13, that is totally asking them to step up. Part of what I loved about our episode on chores and zones is the idea that I talked about creating a teamwork mentality in our families. And that applies so well here. Not only is that in taking care of our home and having responsibility and learning ownership and all those great things that we talked about in that episode, it's linked below. Please go listen to it if you haven't yet. It is a game changer for you. But that teamwork mentality also includes helping each of us to have space and time for our relationships and to talk to them about why it's so important that mom and dad get that time and that we're really grateful that, they can hang out at home. They can take care of themselves. They can be kind to each other while we're gone because that's always a big thing, right? You're out on a date night and you get that text or that phone call of, "Mom, so and so is being rude to me," right? We want to be able to leave and have an enjoyable time and not worry about what's going on back at home. So, bringing your kids into that conversation about why it's important and finding time for that. And then also, you could talk about when they want one-on-one time with you and how much that means to them and then they get to understand why it's so important. The other thing is maybe the guilt that comes in. We know our kids are home from school, they're on break, and we want to spend time with them. We want to have those great summer memories. So we might feel guilty about wanting or needing to take that time away from the kids. But again, a healthy relationship benefits our entire family. When you can take the time away to reconnect, to recharge, you know this because you've seen it play out in your own life. You're a way better mom, at least I am, a way better mom when I get that break, when I get that time to connect. I'm so much more willing to show up and be the fun mom, to plan the play dates, to do all the things when I've had time to reconnect and to recharge, especially in my marriage and in my relationship with my spouse. Okay. So you can enjoy date night in the summer guilt free. All right. If that's the thing holding you back, take a second and just push that guilt away. Now, not all of our date nights need to be these elaborate, out on the town, crazy date nights. This is what I actually love about summer is you can get really creative with the time that you have. It's kind of nice that the weather is so awesome and that it stays lighter outside for longer. Some of our date nights might even look like, "Hey, kids, go inside and get ready for bed, or go turn on a movie, or just, not bug us for a minute. And we're going to sit out on the back deck and just kind of hang out while the sun sets and we're going to have a talk." Right? It can be so simple. It can be as simple as that or an evening walk or something. You can also take advantage of when your kids are out and about, like mine are, when they're all taking off and they're all going to all their friends' houses and I'm driving them every which way. Inviting my spouse along, say, "Hey, I'm running so and so to one of their friends' houses. I'm going to be gone for 15 or so minutes. They'll be with us in the car on the way there, but then on the way back, we've got a car ride to ourselves," right? So finding these little pockets of time too. So the date night itself is really, really important, but also just finding little ways to connect, making intimacy, making connection a priority in your life and looking for those little opportunities. It's about being creative sometimes, especially when we've got so much going on that it's not always the Friday night from 7 to 10 or whatever your time frame is. Looking for those spontaneous kind of opportunities to arise during your day that you might have time to fit some little, maybe not a full date, but time for connection in. A couple other tips for making it happen is putting your date nights on the calendar. We put everything we prioritize, everything that is important on our calendar. We have dentist appointments, we have soccer practices, we have birthday parties for our friends and our kids. Put date night on the calendar too. I love putting those on our family calendar so my kids can see it as well. Everybody knows that this night is for mom and dad, and we treat them as non negotiable just as we would for anything else. Schedule it, schedule it, schedule it. Now, if you run into the problem of your kids are not old enough to stay home by themselves and take care of themselves, step up and step into that teamwork mentality. If you haven't found a teen or a tween in your neighborhood that is searching for some extra summer money, I think swapping childcare with friends or family is a great way to do this. And also a good way when your kids are maybe having a later night or a play date or something and they're all, "Hey, my kids get to come to your house this night and we're going to head out while they're gone playing with their friends," instead of just sitting around waiting for that phone call of, "Hey, mom, will you come pick us up?" Use that time for a date night. And then again, keeping it simple, just remembering that date nights don't have to be extravagant to be special. focusing on quality time together is really, really what matters. So, as I was thinking about the summer survival series and just kind of thinking back on it, recapping it, going over what we talked about in that 5 episode series, this was one of the things that I thought, if we're talking about not just surviving but really thriving during summer, this is one of the big ones. And so I'm happy to have this as a quick bonus episode, that making time for date night in the summer, even with the chaos, even with the craziness, among the family vacations, among the road trips where you're all stuck in the car together for hours. It is so, so important to take that time away to have a great date night. So I'll share my favorite date night from the summer, and I would love to hear what yours is. I absolutely adore an outdoor summer concert. Last year, we had the opportunity to attend 2 that were phenomenal. We went to an outdoor concert venue and saw the Foo Fighters, which is my husband's absolute favorite band in the whole world. And so that was so fun because I got to be there with him and really just see him lit up and in his element. And it was something that he loved as well. And then we also saw Chris Stapleton, which my husband always sends me Chris Stapleton songs and says, "This made me think of you." And it's just the sweetest thing ever. So, those were 2 really, really fun date nights that I absolutely loved. And I'm looking forward to more of those this summer. So, I want to know what your summer date night idea is, what your favorite summer date is, and how you are making time for that, because summer is about not just surviving, it's about thriving. If you missed any of the past episodes, they are all linked below, so you can go back and listen to those. If you liked this one or any others, please share it with a friend. And if you love this podcast, if you get anything from it and you have not left a review yet on Apple, please take a moment to just scroll down, hit those 5 stars, write a quick little sentence. It would make my day, and it actually will make it easier for other people to decide to click play on this podcast too. So with that being said, that is it for this week. We'll see you on our next episode. Thank you for hanging out with me again today. I'm so glad you pressed play. If you want to take a quick second to share this episode with someone you think would love it too, that would be amazing. If you're loving the show, make sure you go and leave a review on iTunes. Reviews are like magic for podcasts, and your review will help get this show into the ears of more amazing women just like you. And come find me over on Instagram. I'm there at positively.jessie, and I cannot wait to hang out with you some more. So until next time, have an amazing week.